Is this recording? Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or maybe you're seeing this from my Facebook. I just wanted to make an update about what's going on in the world, specifically maybe California, because I know that we've been watching California for some moderate to large activity, and so I just wanted to make an update about what I personally am thinking so far. I have not really seen the map too much. I looked over it very briefly, but I mainly just looked at the Californian part. I will do an update for kind of the rest of the Ring of Fire area and the rest of the Pacific area, but let's do California first. Okay, so what I'm seeing is a little more activity in the south, which is both, it could be healthy activity, it could be just that, it could be, what am I saying? It could be a contributing, no, it could be, what am I saying? Just a sign. Like, it could just be a sign that energy is moving downward into this area. But, the way, sorry, I always yawn during these videos. It's awful. But the way it's spaced out evenly looks like it's a little healthy. However, when you get down here into the Ridgecrest area, Ridgecrest is right here, and the earthquakes, we had 2 earthquakes there that happened, and one was a 3.3, and one was a 3.7, that's almost a 4.0. So those are larger aftershocks for that area, suggesting the energy is moving into the Ridgecrest area, which is concerning a little bit because the faults in the area are probably still a little unbalanced from the earthquake last year. But you know, I don't know. We're just gonna watch and see. That's what I think that we're gonna have to do, because in all of California, because there are no specific patterns that I see popping up. Usually I will see a pattern and I'll tell you guys what I think it means, but I don't see any specific pattern or concern necessarily, other than Northern California and Lower Oregon, Southern Oregon are still very quiet. And that's unusual, and it's been like that for a long time, so I am concerned about that. What does that potentially mean? Could there be a bigger earthquake that pops up in this area? Oh, I'm so sorry, yawning again. I don't know. It's potentially possible. I think the Dutch sense, the Dutch sense prediction or forecast that he said something would pop in this area, I think that has already ended. It's been a week. However, he did make a new one yesterday, a new video, and I think, what did he say about it? He said that something, I think he was saying something could pop up in the San Francisco area. Since that video that he made, a new one has popped down in California. Let's see. Right here, 5.5, and it's pretty south. So from that, I mean, I think even Dutch Sense said you'd probably maybe expect to see something in this area. In general though, I'm not seeing any specific pattern. I don't think that, I'm so sorry, you guys, that I keep yawning. Okay, let's look at Alaska. I don't think that Alaska has any significant energy coming in, which is good. If it did have a lot of activity coming in, I would definitely say to watch things a little more. But all these two magnitude earthquakes that they're having, completely normal. They sometimes see a lot more. We have one 2.8, but that's still just a lonesome 2.8. I mean, sure, it'll bring... Oh my gosh. Why do I keep yawning? Holy shiz. The 2.8 would bring a little activity into the California area. That's true, but I mean, Alaska on a normal day would even see more activity than this. And so, you know, I'm not really too concerned. I'm really just not seeing any specific pattern that concerns me, other than silence here and activity very near Ridgecrest. It's for a couple weeks now, you guys have heard my forecasts, and you know that I've been watching this area. You know that I've been watching this area, both places. And it's just been a waiting game, and I thought it would happen by now. Something, if it was going to happen, I think would have... I mean, I've expected it to happen by now. Nothing's happening. It is very suspicious this is still silent, though. And a little suspicious that there's activity near Ridgecrest. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I keep yawning when I make these videos. I don't know what my deal is. Like, I guess, I don't know. I am just going crazy. I think it's because when I'm talking, I'm not getting enough air or something. I don't know. And I always make these videos when I just wake up, so maybe that's it too. So you'll have to forgive me. So basically, in summary, I'm not seeing any specific pattern that suggests anything at all, other than the silence, the activity near Ridgecrest. You see a trajectory line here from, let's see, what is this? The Mexicali area. There's one that follows up here, that follows up here. You could see a potential trajectory line, which could suggest something, but it could also just be, you know, activity that's healthy. I would rather see activity that's smaller in that area than see no activity at all, because California should experience several lower magnitude earthquakes per day. So, moving on to the rest of the world, I told you guys I would do a quick update. Japan has had a few bigger earthquakes. Sorry, guys. Keep yawning. Ridiculous. New Zealand, I believe, had a bigger one. Where is it? What the heck? Is it in this pile? Oh, there we go. It's in the pile. A 5.8. Let's see the depth. Not too deep. Pretty big magnitude, but not very deep. From this, you would probably expect to see some larger activity in the next few days in this general area. Let's see what else is going on around the world. Let's check the piles a little better, because the other one was hiding, so. Oh, there's one right here. As forecasted, I told you guys that would happen as well. I told you we should expect activity right here out in the open. And it looks like there's been 3. Let's check them out. One's a 5.0. Let's look at the depth. Not too deep. One is a 5.6, a little bigger. Not too deep. A little deeper, but not too deep. And a 5.1. Still not too deep. So, it's good that it's not too deep. It's not gonna inspire too much seismic activity from it. But Let's check the plate boundaries here. From this earthquake here and this earthquake here, using the Dutchson's method, you might expect maybe an earthquake to pop up down here. Or maybe it could travel upward and still come into this area. I just told you just a second ago that this area would expect a bigger earthquake. Not too big, but a moderate to large earthquake. And I've forecasted that to you. This will be the second time because energy is coming from over here as well. Over here and up here. It'll definitely probably pull in this area and create maybe a 5.1 or higher. It could be potentially a lot bigger, up to maybe a 6.5 potentially, but between a 5.1 and a 6.5 within this area within the next couple of days. I keep most of my forecasts for a week, but this will probably happen in the next couple of days. Energy will probably travel up here. We might see something again in the Kuril Islands, maybe today or tomorrow. I'm expecting energy to travel and see something up here in this area that is a little bit bigger. Maybe more energy will come to Alaska and it'll come downward again within the next 2 to 5 days. So yeah, some activity over here in Oklahoma. You guys know, I've told you Oklahoma is it's not very surprising to see earthquake in the area of Oklahoma. Oh, that is a 3.8 though. That is pretty big. These drilling operations that they have over here, I think, are fairly new. Potentially, I mean, it could inspire something bigger. 4 earthquakes in the area is a little unusual. I mean, 1, 2, maybe 3 is just completely normal, but here we have 4. One of them being, what was it again? Near a 4.0. That's pretty big. Oh, look, there's another one here too. It's hiding. The other one is a 2.7. And it doesn't look like it's happening on a drilled area. I think these are farming areas. We might have a few drill points, but I really think these are homes and just farms and stuff. So potentially the drilling could cause a bigger earthquake in Oklahoma if you want to watch that. I'm not necessarily going to watch it, but potentially that's a possibility. We have 2.0 in Tennessee. That suggests that the energy that was pent up over here is traveling across a little bit better, but definitely not enough. What is this enough? I was going to say definitely not as much, and then I mixed definitely not as much with enough. Definitely not enough. Is enough. That's a new one. So, definitely not enough that you would expect to see the energy coming from this area. Losing track. You would expect to see, especially we've been waiting, even from the Nevada earthquake, for energy to kind of come across the United States, and it still hasn't done that. So, and we had some larger activity over here, and this has been days, and nothing has been, it seems to maybe be going downwards, maybe, I think, and that's what's inspired the Mexico earthquakes, but not across. Everything is just really crazy lately. Nothing is following by the regular rules that it normally follows. Everything just kind of seems to be doing different things lately, and I'm not sure why. It makes me a little suspicious, but it could be nothing. And that's pretty much the summary of my forecast today for California, is that it could be something, but it could be nothing. What concerns me the most is the dead silence, honestly. That's a little weird. But anyways, I think that this concludes my update for California. I did do the Ring of Fire and into the Pacific area, in the West Pacific over here. And so, also, always that these other Western states are on my list too, specifically Utah. So, I mean, you never know what's going on, what could happen. I don't want something to hit Utah and you guys be like, oh, you didn't catch that one. Well, I've been watching all of these states, these Western states, and specifically Utah. I keep saying that. And I've written Dutch Sense about it, and I'm like, hey, pay attention to Utah. Hey, Utah. Dutch Sense, Utah. Like, I've written a few comments on his videos. I've messaged him, and I think he's mentioned it like one time. I'm like, pay attention to Utah. I'm still very adamant that Utah's going to receive a bigger one within the next year, but only time will tell. And this pretty much concludes my update for today. I will talk to you guys later. Everybody have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to follow along for other updates. And I do have a Facebook channel too. You're welcome to follow it. It's called Earthquake Forecasting with Makel. Makel is spelled M-C-K-E-H-L. And you're welcome to follow that. I do post other updates there. Everybody have a good day. Bye.